Hello, welcome one and all to another stream by Atari Yeo Grand Shaman of Atlantis. Yesuse! How's everyone doing? Oh, Lance. Oh, I forgot to turn on the live chat. I forgot to turn on the live chat. I am so sorry. I think I need to put like a post-it somewhere. Like somewhere around here saying like, don't forget, turn on live chat. Turn on live chat. Top chat is useless. I don't understand why it's a thing. Like, why Like, what the? I get it. It's a way to like prevent spam, I think, but like most of the time, it does not prevent any spam. Like even if you're like on top chat, like there was a time. There was a time where I could there was a time where I only had top chat on and I still got spam messages. Thankfully, that only happened like once or twice when I was beginning my streams. Like, so that must have been like, like September, October, 2022 or something. Holy crap, I just noticed. Okay, I am so used to the idea that, yeah, I had my 3-year anniversary like last year, but things have been so crazy ever since then that like it just dawned on me that we're like 3 months away, almost 3 months. Yeah, we're a little over 3 months away for me to have been streaming for 4 years. I've been a VTuber for 4 years. The catch is the screen crunch. Oh yeah, Top Chat is downright useless. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why Top Chat hates you, Lance. Like it's just like I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh. Wait a second. I just noticed something. Where did I put the game? Okay, wait a second. Because like Atlantis is still here, like the game. Oh, it was jumping out of the tray. What the heck? Okay. But yeah, like I don't know where I put Cleopatra Fortune. Okay, wait a second. I'm just gonna go get it. It's not on my game cabinet. I'm starting to get worried. Oh, okay, here it is. Whew. Okay. Wow, that would have been embarrassing. Okay, no, let's put it on the tray. Let's put it on the PS1. That's it. Okay, all is safe, all is well. The game is inside the console. We are good to go. We are good to go. Holy crap. It'd be Super Mario Brothers? Oh, the Game Boy Color port, where you can save. Right, they did re-release Super Mario Brothers for the Game Boy Color, yeah. Okay, but before I go into anything else, I just wanted to say like why I said that there had been some bad news that I wasn't expecting. So basically, a Portuguese voice actor, dubber that I admired a lot, and a lot of people admired a lot because he was like one of those iconic voices of like Portuguese dubs. He just passed away. Yeah, like I think it was today. Like I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like I didn't read the date. I didn't read the date all that well, but yeah. So if you're wondering who it was, his name was Paulo B. Like his name was just his name. He was usually credited just as Paulo B. like just a B, not even like a period after the B, just to say that it was initial. No, it was just usually Paulo B. So yeah. If nothing else, if you don't recognize him for anything else, I'm just gonna say like his biggest role in Portuguese dubs, the one that people associate him with the most, was Buzz Lightyear. Like he was the Portuguese Buzz Lightyear. He did a great job as Buzz Lightyear, and that's anything that he was in, really. He really was one of those actors that could really could do no wrong in terms of performance. Like, he was just that good. At least I don't remember seeing him in anything where I was like, the directing was a little bit weird, the actors didn't really know what they were doing. At least I don't remember him being in any project that I felt that way about the acting. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Elmer is just saying like a few of the voices that he was, most recognized for in Portugal. Yeah, and he was not as young as Rachel Lillis, but he was still pretty young. He was still pretty young. Like I think he was younger than my mom. So, for example, yeah. I think he was like in the younger boomer cohort, the younger boomer, early Gen Xer cohort, like somewhere around there. So yeah. Paulo Jorge Cabral is the name that I got, if it's that right. He was 67. Yeah, okay. Then I'm gonna say, like, from the pictures that I saw of him, he looked younger than he actually was. Because I told my mom that I I thought that he was younger than her, but turns out no, they're around the same age. Yeah, Paulo Figueiredo B. Yes, that's also yeah. No, that's okay. That's okay, Smoker. That's okay. This is a very Portuguese thing. It's not like, for example, when I did a stream when Akira Toriyama died, where everyone could be kind of like on the same page, because Akira Toriyama was a big name, and yeah, compared to that, Paulo B is not that important. He's just important for people who loved Portuguese dubs, especially if you grew up or are interested in the Portuguese dubbing scene throughout the 90s, like beginning in like the early to mid 90s, and then moving forward. Yeah, Billy Kametz was a huge loss. He was really good. Like, man, he was younger than me. That is so bizarre. Like, I don't know if that dates me. That probably does, because he was 30-somethings. But yeah, he was younger than me when he died, and I'm like, man, life. Yeah. My mom is part of the oldest group of Gen X. Oh yeah, the 1964, 65, that sort of, yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. Paulo Jorge Cabral do Figueiredo was his name. Why did I decide to start... I mean, it's not bizarre. It's not bizarre that he had cancer. Cancer is not bizarre. Cancer is not bizarre. What is bizarre is when you stop and think about all the time that you've lived, and then realize that there's people who haven't lived as long as you have, either because they weren't born yet or because they died before you. You know, like that's the bizarre. That's the bizarre part. Not the part of like cancer. Cancer gets everyone, no matter what the age. Like, cancer really is one of those. It's one of those universal constants. Like, yeah, no, can't. Should I really be talking about this? Oh man. Unfortunately, Atari, there are a lot of people younger than you now. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I keep forgetting, like, even in the VTubing space, I know that there's people that are older than me, but most people are younger than me. Like, there's a lot of VTubers who are, like, reaching, like, their 30s now. Yeah, they started in their late 20s and they're reaching their 30s now, and I'm like, I was already 30 somethings when I started. So yeah. Yeah, according to Alexandre Sedas, he was sick for a few days. The worst part is that he didn't voice Buzz in the Toy Story 5 trailer. I mean, if he was sick, he couldn't really do it. Like, you know. Not talking about that, there's a tomb next to my grandfather's one that this person was born the same year as me. Don't know what happened to her. Oh yeah, yeah. But that is something that I also like. I don't know, maybe this is a bit morbid, but I do like, you know, visiting like graveyards and trying to think of, you know, the people's stories and whatnot. Like, they were here for not. They were here for some for longer, some for not as long, but they all have stories to tell, you know? And I don't know, that just makes me feel really human and kind of cozy in a way. I don't know. It's I don't know. I'm weird. Atari the old man.
Back in my day, nobody knew what a Sonic was. People were like, Sonic? Is that like a shaving machine? And you would go like, no, it's this hedgehog that runs really fast. And you're like, what the heck are you even talking about? That is so stupid.
By the way, I am going to say Elmer, do not dox the Atari. Do not dox the Atari. I mean, no, like he's not doxing me. He's not saying anything. He's not saying anything that I haven't said on stream. Actually, I have said many times on stream that I often get confused for people who are my age. People usually don't get my age right. Usually they shave off 15 to 20 years of my actual age. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, and yeah, no, I have managed to keep sounding somewhat young, like, And to tell the truth, I don't feel all that different. I don't feel all that different from like, I don't know, like 10, 15 years ago. I mean, I feel better now, actually. I feel better now because I managed to overcome a lot of my issues with anxiety and depression, and so I feel younger now than I did all those years back. Yeah. Yeah. Also, Elmer just called me short. I live in Atlantis. I live in Atlantis in lore. Actually, I gotta check what is my address. What is my address in Atlantis? Like usually all I have to say is like, oh yeah, the temple of Lady Natsuki or Natauki. Still not sure if I'm gonna change that. The temple of Lady Natauki, like in the highest mountain, which I think it's called Mount. Wait a second. Wait a second, because I do think that I have that written somewhere. Right. Miyakune Oda. Yeah. That's Mount Miyakune Oda. That's a mouthful. Yes, it is. I didn't say you were short, just not as tall as most people your age. Yeah. But I will say this, and I don't think that this is like enough for anyone to be like, I don't know, like what I will say that my first memories of the modern world are from summer 1991. Like those are like, I have like actual memories from that time. Now, I'm not gonna tell you how old I was when I formed those memories. I mean, maybe one day I will. Maybe some of you have already figured it out. Maybe some of you have already figured how old I am out because of all the clues that I keep dropping everywhere. But yeah, no. That was the first year. That's the first year that I legit have memories of. I have memories of summer 1991, and then there's like a fast forward, and my memories after that are from like late October, early November from the same year. I think I figured out already, but you have memories before I was born. Okay, what's your guess? What's your guess, Smoker? What is your guess? I'm curious. Please, I remember when I fell twice in front of the city hall and scratched my knees as a 2-year-old. I mean, yeah. Hey, that's the type of thing that scars a kid. That is the type of thing that scars a kid. I still kinda kick myself for not having any memories of the 80s. Dang! Why don't I have any memories of the 80s? Because you weren't old enough to form memories yet. Oh, right, okay. If I guess, I'm gonna dox you, I think. I can neither confirm or deny. Like, the 80s sucked anyway. Especially if you were in Portugal, yeah. The 80s in Portugal were... Basically the 80s in Portugal was like a major race to get everything into shape to show to the CEE, or the European Economic Community, now known as the EU, that we were good enough to join. So all of the 80s, so the 80s in Portugal was just all about that. Like, if you look at pictures from the 80s in Portugal, it doesn't look like the 80s. It looks like the late 70s. Like, for example, most people are used to like decades as seen, for example, through the lens of the United States, or like England and France a little bit, Germany also a little bit, but not as much. It's mostly the US, England, and France. Like, I can't even say anything about like the other parts of the United Kingdom. But yeah. Guys, come on, the doxing joke is getting long in the tooth. Yeah. There's also a song called I Want to See Pokemon in the EEC. Yeah. You have many memories from before I was born, yeah. I vaguely remember the bathroom tiles in the first house I lived in, like when I was 2. I can confirm, but only to the highest bidder. Yeah. Well, yes, Dad. Sorry, but yeah, I only have an estimate. Oh. Oh, okay. I'm noticing one thing about the chat. Like, here on OBS, now when you type in another language, you can like hover above it, and it translates the thing for you. I'm not sure I like it. But yeah. But yeah, no. I only asked because I was curious. Yes, it translates automatically. In theory. Yeah. Si traduce en automático in teoria. Yeah, that's what you wrote initially. Is there an option to turn it off? I don't think so. Let me see. Timestamps, reactions, community moderation, participants, moderation activity, timestamps, not that I see, no. If there is, it's only like on YouTube itself, it's not here. Honestly, basic translation is the one thing I'll allow AI to do. Yeah, like for example, when you're shopping online or something, and there's like something in the description of a certain item that you don't understand. Yeah, like basic translation for that sort of thing. Yeah. It is easier. It is easier. I mean, because I used that like today, for example. I used that today because I was browsing like JDirect auctions through a proxy service, and they do allow you to translate the descriptions of the items. And yeah, that's the one thing. That's the only thing that I use it for. I just disabled it with a browser extension. Well, I'm not using my browser. I'm using an OBS. But yeah. So yeah, life and the stuff, and I don't know. Oh wait, right. the job interview that I went to a couple of hours ago. Yeah. It really puts the BS in OBS. If I had a lot of money to commission like a new model, I would probably ask for a thumbs up toggle. just so I can do like, because I do that a lot. I do that a lot in real life, the sarcastic thumbs up. So that I would be able to do it on stream. It really puts the BS in OBS. Thumbs up. But yeah, so I went to the job interview. I am really nervous because it's one of the few responses to my resume that I actually had, and if I manage to get this job, I won't have to move like anywhere, not even to my grandma's house. I could just stay here with crackers effects. So yeah, and the worst part is that I can't really tell how it went. I actually got one pretty fast, to be honest. I mean, I think that the only reason why this one was so fast was because they already had tried to contact me when I was in the seaside towns. And back then, I had to say, no, sorry, I can't. I'm not living there. I'm not living there full time at the moment. So yeah, but they already had my resume, which means that they were already interested in working with me. And only now that I'm back, were they able to actually interview me. There was another person before me, and honestly, I couldn't tell like how. Oh, that's cool, Elmer. Yeah, man, if I was able to get in, because get this. Okay, so it's I'm just gonna say like a few broad details, like it's 28 hours, which means that it's not a full-time job, it's a part-time job, but again, I would be living here in my house. Which means that I wouldn't have to pay bills or internet or groceries. I mean, of course, I would help my mom with some of that stuff. But it's always different than having to get all of that stuff for a different household. Not only that, but it pays very well for the amount of time that it is. Now I just have no idea how they're going to schedule those 28 hours, because it's kind of confusing. Like most part-time jobs are either 20 hours. So like 4 hours, 4 hours in a 5-day work week. But this one is 28. There's also part-times of 30 hours in which it's 6 hours, 5 work days. But 28? I really can't wrap my head around that. I hope that it's not oh yeah, you have to work for 6 days, only get 1 day off. That doesn't sound very good. That doesn't sound very good to me. But yeah. We'll see. We'll see. What matters is that it's not like a full, like a full-time job, which means that I am still going to have, you know, time for other stuff if I get in. So like I get good pay, I don't have to pay bills, and I still have enough time left over to do other stuff, like, you know, the streams, writing the book, doing other things, actually being able to do other things that cost like money for the streams, like commissions and whatnot, and of course, well, building up my PlayStation 1 collection. Oh, speaking of building collections, our new copy of Sonic Heroes has arrived. I don't know if I had already said that. I asked Weasel if he wanted to play like tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Like this weekend, like on Saturday. But he has a Digi-Destiny thing on Saturday as well, so he said, let me sleep on it. And I'm like, okay, no, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's just, since you asked to be a part of the Sonic Heroes streams when they happen, I mean, yeah, no, and I already compared both discs, you know, ours versus the new one that we got, and man, yeah, no, you can really tell that ours is fried. Ours is like, oh man, a used shop wouldn't take it. Because it does not work. Like as soon as they would try it out, they would realize, oh yeah, no, we can't do this. They're my favorite because of the challenge and that they had the best chemistry. Yeah, like with the level of writing that Sonic Heroes has, Team Dark I really think was written the best out of the 4 teams. Like, I love the Chaotix, don't get me wrong, but I do think that their writing suffered a little bit from, well, first the format of the game. It didn't really allow for any like character exploration. But yeah, like what we got was serviceable, but it could have been better. Like I think that the only team that really, you know, that I have almost no notes on how it's written is Team Dark, honestly. Worthless consumer models. Yeah, you said you were going to play with Team Sonic and Team Rose, if I recall correctly, and that your old disc was cooked. Yes. Yep. Literally cooked. Yeah, and this new one, I don't think that there's gonna be any issues. Also, Sonic Heroes being the very first game that I play on the GameCube here on stream, yeah, that would make a lot of sense because in real life, yeah, that is the very first GameCube game that I ever played. Like until playing Sonic Heroes, I had only played Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 on the Nintendo 64. That's another game library that I have to build because my Nintendo 64 works perfectly, and I only have Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. Like, Virgin Cheek Egg Bombs, Chad Deadly E100. Yeah! Hey man, buddy, what happened? I get what happened. Mass production, yeah, consumer models, just like exactly what Omega says. So yeah. Expect Sonic Heroes stream. I have decided 100%. Sonic Heroes is the next Sonic game that I'm gonna play here on stream, and we're going to debut our second GameCube on stream with that game as well. So yeah, look forward to that. I hope that our controller works well, though. Like our original controller, the one that came with the GameCube. The control stick stopped working. Well, it became a little bit, it became kind of loose. That's not not to mention the stickiness of the control stick. I don't know what kind of products you used on these. I don't know what kind of plastic you used on these, Nintendo. All that I know is that I can pick all the components of an NES nowadays, and it still feels like solid. It still feels good. And you go and pick up a GameCube controller, and you feel like it's melting in your mouth. In your mouth? No, don't put GameCube controllers in your mouth. Omega even thinks he is above all other E100 series, and he might be right. Yeah, no, like he is E123 Omega. He is the last one, so supposedly he is the most advanced one. More advanced even than Beta MK2, I'm gonna guess. I mean, Omega has sentience and Beta MK2 doesn't, so yeah. No, I want Omega to beat Gamma in some way. My ancestor! What do you mean they all got destroyed? I leave for 2 minutes and they kill each other. Yep, that's pretty much what happened, yeah. Yeah. Tell me you have a memory card for the GameCube. Yes, I do have one, but I think I'm gonna have to get another one because the one that I have only has 30 blocks because it was the one that came with Pokemon Coliseum. We used to have one with 60 blocks, but I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it got like sucked up in some vacuum cleaner or something like that. All that I know is that I thought I knew where it was, and then I went to look for it and it wasn't there anymore, and it was annoying, and I was sad and cried. Well, I didn't cry, it wasn't that bad, but I did mourn the loss of all the saved game files that we had there. Rest in peace, Pokemon Coliseum. Rest in peace, Star Fox Adventures. Rest in peace, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Rest in peace, Sonic Adventure DX. Rest in peace, Sonic Heroes, obviously. What other games do we have? Rest in peace, Shadow the Hedgehog. We later got Shadow the Hedgehog for the PlayStation 2. As well, because we wanted the Japanese voices, and we thought that the PlayStation 2 version had them, and it didn't. No, it got lost. It got lost. Time to retire Omega. I didn't even get to use him. Yeah. Yeah, don't the OG Game Boys literally rot over time? Yeah, the screen, because it's made of liquid crystals, I think. Yeah, so yeah, they tend to do that. They tend to do that. But yeah. Oh god, yeah, all my PS2 stuff is so sticky. I wonder what was going on back then. Oh, I tell you what was going on back then. Lowered standards when it comes to plastic. Like, a lot of stuff from the early 2000s is not as resistant to time as a lot of stuff made like in the early to mid 90s. In fact, it was after the mid 90s that I started noticing, stuff not being like okay after a few years, like but it really got bad in like the early 2000s. Let me just put it this way. Discmans are notorious for being a crapshoot. Walkmans are known for still working even after 40 years. Or more. So yeah. That's the whole thing. It was like the general shift of intentions, of manufacturing stuff. That's when we started seeing things being made, like the whole, I don't remember what's it called, but like built-in obsoleteness. Like that's also when it started being a thing. And for example, I can tell you that as someone who collects My Little Pony, or used to collect. I haven't gotten any in a long time. But G1 ponies, aka the ones made during the during the 80s, they hold on much better. Well, depending on the materials. There's some that do like get a little bit discolored over time and whatnot, but that also has to do with how you treat them. But as a general rule, My Little Ponies from the first generation, the one from the 80s, hold up a lot better over time than the ones for example, Generation 3, which is the one that started in 2003. Because in Generation 3, especially in the early days of Generation 3, you had a lot of issues with, ponies like being kind of sticky, like they kind of leaked this oil thing, which I think it was something that they put like in the plastic to make them shiny, but like after a few years it just starts seeping out and it leaves them. Oh, it's not just to make them shiny, it was also to make the plastic, a little bit softer, because when you clean it off, the pony becomes, like harder. The plastic becomes harder. So yeah, there's a Generation 3 pony that I love, which is Kimono, and I do have one of those, and I have no idea how she is right now because I had to put most of everything that was in my room in storage, and I am so scared of what might have happened to her while she was in storage. Yeah. My OG model DS got yellow screen after a few years, then it died forever. Yeah. Yeah, I think that the Game Boy Advance is a little bit more sturdy than the DS. The perfect excuse for me to get for getting the DS Lite. Oh, I couldn't help it. My old DS died. I mean, I did the same thing with the GameCube, so... But with the GameCube, it was my fault. With the GameCube, okay, it wasn't just my fault. It was me and Weasel's fault. It was both of our faults. Because we didn't have a memory card. You idiots. You idiot children. Hello, Potato Paladin. Welcome. My mom accidentally dropped my DSi into the dog's water bowl. She's felt real bad about it. Oh. Okay. Okay, guys, my Eurofights, do you want to hear a very, very embarrassing story from the Grand Shaman of Atlantis, Atari Yeo? which actually didn't take place in Atlantis. This was actually in a city in Portugal, like in the middle of it. Yeah, like I don't. Of course. You know, whenever I hear someone say or read someone say, "Of course," I always remember the Bison clip, the M. Bison clip from the Street Fighter movie. Yeah, of course. Like, in fact, if anyone ever edits clips from my streams, I am going to ask, okay, every time that I say, of course, in a tone that allows for it, put in the Bison clip. Yeah, most consoles don't just die from disuse. Yeah, no, usually. That's what I was about to type. Okay, so the embarrassing story. Okay. I think of Bilbo Baggins, but I don't think he even said that. No, it's the Mandela effect, except it's with Bilbo Baggins. Okay, so story time. So it was a bright sunny day, I think. I don't know. It was this story takes place inside, so I don't actually remember what the weather was. But yeah, so we were in the early 2010s, like 2010, 2011, something like that. And I had this phone. I had this Nokia phone. It wasn't one of the brick ones. It was, a later generation. It was a later generation. That had these buttons that were kind of stuck. They were kind of stuck, like with time. I had only had it for like 3 years. See what I mean about things not lasting? At that time, that phone lasted 3 years before it started giving me problems. Anyway. Okay, new around. And be sure to see me fail at the puzzles later. Like when you feel like it, just put it on while you're like making dinner or something. Now go take care of yourself. Go take care of yourself. Okay? Cause I like ya. I like you when you're around. Yeah. So yeah, I know that about Raul Julia. Yeah. So yeah, the phone had that problem, so I went like, okay, I didn't want to do this, but apparently I need a new phone. Turns out that my mom was switching phones at that time as well, but hers had been around since a longer time, like since 2005 or something like that. And hers was a flip phone, and I was like, okay, it's older than mine, but it works better. And the problem with it was that my mom has some. We think that she has some hearing issues, and when it rang, it didn't ring loud enough that she would hear it. Oh my goodness, Kiba. Hello. Hi. I have a Kiba on my lap. I have a Kiba on my lap. Oh, are you gonna lie down? You interrupted my story. You interrupted my story, you silly. So yeah. Bottom line, she got a new phone that she could hear the ringing of better, and I got her old flip phone. Since I didn't have the same issue as her, because it still worked fine. So we swapped the SIM cards and everything was fine and dandy. I had a new phone that was actually a hand-me-down, but I didn't mind because I loved getting hand-me-downs from my mom. And well, the buttons actually worked on that one, so yeah, my problem was solved. Now, so on that bright and sunny day, yeah, I'm familiar with something like that. Okay, bye, Kiba, bye. So yeah, on this bright and sunny day, Atari Yale was doing his business in the bathroom when he went like, oh, wait a second, I don't know what time it is. So he pulled out the phone, but the phone slipped his fingers and fell in the toilet. While he had already pressed what's it called? What's it called in English? The discharge button. You get what I mean, right? So when he looked inside the toilet, the phone was nowhere to be found because it had already been taken by the current. And yeah, the flush. Yes, the flush button. Yeah. So, and no matter how much he tried, how much he like put on a glove and tried going inside the toilet, like, you know, going as far as he could with his arm to see if he could get the phone. No, nothing. Nope, can't get this phone back. The end result? I had to go back to the other phone. Oh, and the best part is that a lot of the numbers that I had collected over the years were in the SIM card, like not on the phone. So yeah, I lost them. Hooray! Is it still trapped at the piping? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea if it would still be there. I think not. I think that it just, you know, went to the sewer somewhere. Like yeah. Maybe Mario and Luigi will find that phone one day. Yeah. And then I imagine how I went like to my mom and went like, Mom, I lost your phone. I flushed your phone down the toilet. Might not even be a phone if it's still trapped there. Oh yeah. No, the phone that you found at the beach, you better have returned it. Or maybe no, I don't think that it would be that you would be able to do that. But yeah. So yeah, and that, my friends, it got the goldfish treatment. Yeah. And that, my friends, is why I will never work at a restaurant. Because I have butterfingers. I have butterfingers. Like, I drop things. I drop things. It's just like... because here's the truth. One of the reasons why it's so hard for me to find a job is because I don't want to work in restaurants or in cafes or stuff like that, because I know that I am a walking disaster area. Like because there's always job openings for restaurants and cafes and snack bars and bakeries and you name it. Like there's always stuff for that, or for working in like kitchens, you know, at said restaurants or cafes or whatever. But yeah, no, like I am too accident prone. I'm too accident prone to even think. Not to mention that I already worked at a restaurant for 1 month and I swore, like, never again. Yep. So see, like, I'm not a klutz in gaming, like, on purpose. It's not for the bit. I just genuinely am that discoordinated. Uncoordinated, I think that's that's the actual word. You know, like, you can see it. You can see it. I think it might be fine in a bakery. Yeah, but unfortunately, those don't show up as often. What usually shows up more is indeed like restaurants and cafes and like snack bars. Not so much like dedicated bakeries. So yeah. Restaurants business is stressful anyway. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, like I said. Atari shouldn't be trusted with a phone near the toilet drain and garbage disposal. So yeah. But I think it's a thing that runs in the family, because once my aunt left her car, like she dropped her car keys in the garbage disposal. Like, you know those big containers, on the street where you go and put your trash? Yeah, she dropped her car keys in there. Like, so yeah, runs in the family. But cafes are fun. They gave out free foods. Oh yeah, no, like when I worked at the restaurant, there was also like a snack bar on the other side. And yeah, whenever there was, some food that would just go to waste, we usually brought it home. So yeah, during that month I got a lot of free meals, actually. I think that'd be a good way to become less clumsy, though. I'm also very clumsy. I noticed when I got an actual job to do, I automatically lock in. Oh yeah, and I'll have to check. I'll have to check again. But like actual restaurant work. Oh man, no, that is for people with stronger spines than me. Especially because here around my hometown, there's a bit of country attitude in the people. Like let's just say that these are people that you can't exactly discuss I don't know, philosophy with. So they look at someone like me, and And a lot of times, because I've seen it happen before, a lot of times they're like, oh, look at this dude, he thinks he's so much better than everyone else just because he knows a few things. Well, I'll show him. I'll show them all. Well, I'll show everyone else and him. I'm gonna knock him down a peg. I'm gonna knock him down a peg because he's standing out too much. He's standing out too much. He's too intelligent. He thinks too highly of his intelligence. So let's knock him down a peg. Yeah. You might have to learn to invoke Atari at will. Yeah, probably. Speaking of which, man, I didn't expect to spend so much time on the Zatsu. But yeah. Hey, Filmrot. Well, I'm about to go into the game. So as far as gameplay, you didn't miss anything. Let me see. We talked about well, there was a Portuguese voice actor that I admired that unfortunately passed away. We also talked a little bit about my age, without giving anything away. Yeah. I definitely need to do that, because like the pre-game Zatsus are fun, but like I want to play the video game. But the problem is, I lose track of time. Like, it really is that. I just get so caught up in what I'm saying, that I don't know. Like, I don't know how much time passes. So yeah. Whether you play the game or not remains to be seen. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and then I told a story. About how I flushed a flip phone down the toilet. Yeah. Atari's greatest enemy, himself. I mean, truth be told, I do think you're onto something, Tulu. I do think that you're onto something. There's so much stuff that I could do, that I could make if I didn't keep sabotaging myself at every turn. I mean, sometimes it really just is straight up bad luck. Like, I have no involvement in some of the bad luck that befalls me, but there are some things that indeed are like my fault. I thought Zatsu times was part of the experience. I mean, yeah, but not like over an hour. Okay. Okay. We also have like self-sabotage a little bit. I mean, yeah. I mean, I can relate. I'm not very clumsy, but I am quite scatterbrained. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, you guys understand. Okay. Let's go to the game. Or the blank screen where there will be a game eventually. Okay, put on the headphones. Okay. Turn on the TV. Make sure that the Elgato is working, because we all know that el gato sometimes no es bueno. El perro es mi corazón. El gato no es bueno. Cilantro es cantante. Cilantro es cariño. Yeah, okay. Good. El gato is el gatoing. Good. Thank you so much. Okay, now all I have to do is press the button. Press the button and see where did I put the... Where's the controller? Oh no. Okay. Yay, PlayStation! Minus games! You actually did it. You put the game on. Heck yeah! I do wonder why it has this much trouble. Like, why does it do this thing like it's like tracking? Like, you're not a VCR! You're not a VCR, and... You're not a VCR, and you are not reading a VHS tape or a Betamax tape or a tape of any kind. What the heck is wrong with you? Okay. Okay. Okay, we are going to go on. We are going to go on with the mystery and see what coffins and gems await us. By the way, I went back to the VOD, and it's like at some point the game stopped saying clear this thing. Like, hence why at some point we just got like gems, coffins, 5 chains. Like, because it didn't say clear. Like, at some point the clear word the game just dropped it. Like, it didn't read it anymore. So yeah, that was a bit strange. Yes, go to stage 20. Oh, right, I wanted to... I forgot. I wanted to see if I could borrow my brother's tripod for my mic. Oh. Oh dear. They gave up midway? Yeah, like see that big white space above clear all? That was supposed to be something written there, but it's not. At least not anymore. And I had no idea. I had no idea why. Okay, clear all. That's a little bit that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. Okay, let's see. Wait. Where did the music go? Do I have to put on my own music again? Wait a second. Finish, start, cancel. Start?
Go.
No music. Again, thanks, Midas. Finish? Surprise corruption stream. Oh no! Don't save? I didn't do anything? Oh, for this you have music. For this you have music, not for the actual game, but for the game over scream. Okay, screen, not scream. I mean, yeah, the game being over sometimes makes me scream, especially when I'm really frustrated. Yeah, load game. Load the game, come on. I forgot the Saturn version was the better one. Well, I don't have a Sega Saturn, at least not yet.
Go.
Game. Okay, you know what? Reset. Actually, the Dreamcast is the best one. Oh. even better. Well, actually, yes, even better, because the Dreamcast is higher on my priority list than the Sega Saturn. If you lose on purpose, maybe we have music. Well, let's try this first. Let's try this first, and then I'll try that. There's a Dreamcast port. I mean, apparently, like, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, when did this come out? Yeah, the original game. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Licensed by Midas Interactive Entertainment Limited, 2002. 2001 Ultron Corporation. Whether, like, if this came out originally in 2001, then that means that it could have totally gone to the Dreamcast. Before it died, I mean. Okay, bye, Film Rot. Sorry about the lack of music. Sorry about the lack of music. Sorry about the lack of anything interesting happening in this stream. Okay. There's one based on this version with better graphics, more frames and all that. Oh. Wait a second. Did we get the initial song? The menu song originally? I mean, now we're not getting any, but... Welcome to Cleopatra Fortune, where everything is working perfectly. Why do you ask?
Go.
Okay, you know what? Just let everything go down, go down, go down, go down. Okay, at least we still get like these snippets. Retry, yes. Why? Okay. Okay, I guess we have music now. Oh joy. Yay. Okay, let's try to put this like here and this like here. And this here, and this here, and this here, and this here, and this here. Ah! Okay, dang it. I saw another streamer play that version. Oh, really? Really, there's a streamer who plays Sega Saturn games. I mean, I know that there's a lot of like streamers, VTubers that play a lot of, you know, different things. I'm not unique in that regard. I am unique in being a massive klutz, and in forgetting to schedule things. And I'm guessing the Sphinx jingle resets the music. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna take a bit of trial and error is what I'm seeing. That there, and put that there, and put that there. Maybe I'm not doing this. Maybe I'm not doing this correctly. Okay, it says only clear all, which means that I don't have to... Yeah, but you still have to clear something! Yeah, he does, when the Saturn actually works! Much like Atari, he's no stranger to tech scuff. I mean... I'm gonna guess that that's like a curse that all retro, not just retro game streamers, anyone who plays retro games is going to have to face at one point or another. Okay. And then we put this. Oh, dang it. Okay, no. No, that was not the correct course of action. And now I must face the consequences. Wait, oh, dang it. Oh, no. Oh, none. Oh, dear. Yeah, it is. I mean, but that's part of the charm, isn't it? Like, you know, on one hand, I'm kind of sad that I didn't save the whole cleaning of a Mega Drive cartridge as something to do, like, on stream. Because I did have to do that with my copy of, dang it, of Sonic and Knuckles, because it was not working. Oh, that's not gonna count, is it? Lag. I lost a good few GameCube discs because I took poor care of them. Oh, yeah. I actually have to check if my Star Fox Adventures disc is in good condition, because that is 100% one of the games that I want to replay on stream now that I have a Life 2D model and am a number above 4 digits on the YouTubes. And yes, everyone is gonna be upside down. Why? Because I said so. Oops. Well. I look forward to doing nothing. Look. Yeah. Yep. Lost all my Sonic GameCube discs except for Riders. I replaced them all except the adventure games and the Mega Collection, since I have them on other systems now. Yeah, no, there you go. Like, for example, if something happened to our, like, Shadow the Hedgehog copy for the GameCube, like, it wouldn't be too much of a problem, because we do have it for the PlayStation 2. And also because the port of Shadow the Hedgehog wasn't a complete disaster like the Sonic Heroes one. Because I've already told you that story, that one time I went to a friend's house and they had a PlayStation and they had Sonic Heroes, and well, me and my brother tried playing Sonic Heroes for the PlayStation. And my goodness, we could not get the hang of the controls. And we had already beaten Sonic Heroes multiple times at that point. Like, so the problem was not our lack of skill or lack of ability at the game. No, like, it was just legit, like, you could barely control it. Got Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on my 360 and Mega Collection Plus on a PS2. So I guess I only had to rebuy Heroes and Gems Collection. Yeah, good old headaches, and I still collect. My PS1 gave me a lot of troubles, yeah. Yeah, PS2 Heroes is like... I am 100% inclined to believe you, Smoker. By the way, I haven't mentioned it before, but hi Jigen, how are you? How's couch surfing with Lupin going? That's why usually, yeah, Sonic games were kind of bad on the PlayStation 2. Yeah. Which I think also didn't help Sonic's reputation at the time because most people had PlayStation 2s. Most people had PlayStation 2s that, you know, at that point in time, they were not. There was not a lot of people who had. I mean, wait, what? Autotari, is that you? Oh, wait, the clear is back. Yeah, PS2 did better than Xbox and way better than GameCube. Yeah, so basically, if Sonic games were pretty good on the GameCube and Xbox, but not on PlayStation 2, that unfortunately was a death sentence. Because they were not good on the one console that actually mattered. Like, the GameCube fell off. The GameCube fell off of, like, relevancy in, like, late 2004, I think, if not earlier than that. Like, when me and my brother bought our GameCube, the cashier told us that the GameCube had been that it had been a marketing disaster, and we were kind of sad because at the time when you're still, you know, young, you still care about what other people think, and we were like, wait, people say that the GameCube is bad? Ah, dude, that's mean. Why are they being mean to this console? Like, we don't want a console that is, like, mean. Sonic 1, this might be blasphemous from a Sonic fan, but I don't like Sonic 1 either. It's way too clunky. It doesn't feel all that good to play. Also, my first brush with Sonic 1 was probably one of the worst that you can ever get. Because the first time that I played Sonic 1, it was for the Game Boy Advance. I didn't buy it, don't worry. I emulated it. But still, you know the infamously bad port of Sonic 1 on the Game Boy Advance? Yeah, that was my first experience with it. But GameCube is good. Sorry, but skill issue. I mean, yeah, no, like, and we ended up getting a PlayStation 2 anyways, so, And as we grew older, we understood, oh, okay, no, like, it doesn't mean that the console is bad or that people are, like, mean to it, it's just that it wasn't a success financially, and that's, and that's fine, like, it's sad that we didn't get, you know, like, more games for it, for what was pretty ahead of its time console. Except that, like, why mini discs, Nintendo? Why do you gotta be weird all the time? Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of being weird all the time? Like, oh yeah, everyone's doing CDs. We're still gonna do cartridges. Oh, everyone is doing DVDs. We're gonna do mini discs. Oh, everyone is doing HD. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna have motion controls. Oh, everyone's doing HD again. Oh yeah, we're gonna do HD now, but we're gonna attach a weird implement to it that nobody understands. Like, like one of the reasons why the Switch was such a massive success is that outside of the online stuff, it was one of the first times that Nintendo did seem like they were doing something that actually made sense. Okay, we're not gonna do portable consoles, we're gonna make our big console into a portable console. Hence why it has the little cartridges, and hence why it works the way that it does. Okay, no, that makes sense. What about the online part? What online part? We don't care about the online part. Yeah, it shows. Hello, Lumi, welcome. We're talking about Nintendo being weird. Yeah. But being weird is nostalgic, yeah. Because FU, that's why Nintendo probably. The PS2 has plenty of fans, as always, yeah. The mini disc was an anti-piracy measure, yeah, that's the only reason. The problem is that it can only hold 1 gigabyte, while the competition could hold as much as 6 gigabytes. Yeah, I think that a good point of comparison, if I want to talk about like games that you can see are like pushing the console's limits, you can talk about like on one hand, okay, let's go for the early versions, like for the early years of each console, because I was gonna bring up Final Fantasy XII, but that's like a 2005 game, and that's unfair, okay? Comparing anything with Final Fantasy XII is unfair. Deja vu. So yeah, if you compare like something like Star Fox Adventures to Final Fantasy X, you can tell that there's like a different. There's a different feel, like, because the PlayStation feels like it's straining to run Final Fantasy X, while Star Fox Adventures flows just fine. Like, and Star Fox Adventures has a lot of effects and like fur and stuff. On Fox himself. Like, Star Fox Adventures is just a really solid game. Even though IGN called it just Zelda with a fox, and I'm like, that's fine by me, I don't see what your problem is. But yeah, if you compare Star Fox Adventures to Final Fantasy X, you can tell that there's a lot more security, a lot more groundedness to Star Fox Adventures that is not present in Final Fantasy X. And I'm not mostly talking about like how the games look and how they feel. Not in terms of like the actual gameplay, because of course they are very different. Like, come on. Also, Final Fantasy X is a much bigger game than Star Fox Adventures, so it levels out. Nobody cares about the Xbox Zero anymore, aside from Halo 1 and 2. Oh yeah! Which are great games, so they get a pass, yeah. Heard Bank of America is trying to get games to $80 since they're invested in a few game companies. I hate shareholders. Yeah. I heard that $80 games are already setting badly. Who could have guessed? Who could have guessed that if you raise the prices of games, that less people are gonna buy them? Bill Gates learned this lesson in the 90s, you idiots! Bill Gates learned that you can sell. I'm not saying that Bill Gates is like a swell guy, etc., etc. I don't know him. I can't say anything. All that I am saying is that he realized that you can sell a lot more products if you price them lower than if you sell like a couple of expensive ones. Like, that is economics 101, and everyone in the video games industry is just like, it's just beefing it. Just completely beefing it. But the poor shareholders want money for their retirement fund. What retirement fund? They already have enough money to just like buy a house and move in. Like, I'm not even talking like a random house. I'm talking like a good house, big house, with the beachfront view. Not that I support the gentrifying of coastlines, because that's just mean. That's just mean, man. Let everyone enjoy the sea. You fucks. It's easy to... Fantastic Miss Star Fox, yeah. It's easy too. The emotion engine, which is the CPU of the PS2, was very complicated to work with, hence why the first year was a disaster, and for 2005 they got accustomed to it. Yeah. Still a really powerful CPU though, yeah. Yeah, no, like it's a very neat little machine that we have here. But the CPU prices due to the AI bubble. Pop the AI bubble. Pop the AI bubble. Like, I don't care. Oh, but it's gonna be worse for everyone. I don't care. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it. Things worked much better. Things worked much better before they started trying to shove all sorts of automation down our throats. Let's do stuff, damn it. Enough money to buy a house, but not luxury yachts. Oh! It's a bubble covering a cactus at this point, yeah. Hello, what is this, what is this game on? The PlayStation 1. A real one. An actual PlayStation 1. We were playing a game. Yeah, apparently. We have gone way off course. Okay. Let's at least give the game. Oh, the pieces are coming in a little bit faster. Okay. Something tells me that I've already made a boo-boo. What happens if I keep doing this? You know what happens? It happens that you lose. Is it bad that I don't like the robot server? Is it bad that I like the robot server since they don't ask for tips? Not asking for tips is the bare minimum. Like, tips, the whole tipping culture in the US is indicative of a badly made system in which employers think that they can underpay their staff and make them rely on tips for the rest. Like, I am 100% against it. Because I think that it should fall on the business owners to pay their staff properly. But of course it's the US, so if you tell that to some people, they're gonna say, no, but then the tips are just gonna be extra. Dude, you don't have to pay tips if the servers are already being paid well. Like, a tip is only meant for like exceptional service. It's not for like the bare minimum. It's not for the bare minimum of just being served at a restaurant. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works in anywhere else in the world. America just thinks that it's a good system because they came up with it. But it's not. It's not. And I get a little way too heated. Oh my God. The tips are supposed to be extra. Exactly. It's an extra that you give the employees if your service was excellent, or even if you just feel like it. Like, it's not something that the workers should be dependent on. Like, America needs to change a few things. Love the music. Flash game at the library vibes. Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is, isn't it? I mean, yeah, no, that is true. That is true, Tulu. Like, I don't know if we have any like actual Americans here on stream. Actually, I checked my analytics the other day, and apparently a lot of my audience is from America. So from the U.S. I mean, so it should probably be in my best interest that I don't antagonize. But I don't think that I do that. I like, because when I say something like this, but like what, like when I say I am American. Oh, okay. When I say something like this is because I want to see things getting better and not stagnate, and just, yeah, like, crazy hot take. Employers should play the employees. Yeah. My sister once worked at a clothes store and a high class mall, and a German tourist liked her and gave her a tip. The manager hated that and wanted to take it. Crazy. Yeah, like that's already like going from 8 to 80. That's going from 8 to 80. Oh, like like, workers should be paid enough that they don't have to rely on tips to I hate tips and think that they should die. Like, there's a middle ground between those two. Atari is now an American since USA is the primary audience. I mean, I did like, there are a few things in that I do feel like I'm a bit too American. Like, there's a few things that, the way that I grew up and the stuff that I, decided to kind of use as like role models and stuff. I think that I'm a little bit too American. But I mean, of course, never completely, never fully, because like I didn't live there. Like, even though I was exposed to the culture, even though I was exposed to the culture and stuff, like, I'm still not like an actual American because I didn't live there. I wasn't in it. Soon ambulance workers and firemen will ask for tips before doing their jobs. What if you pay them properly? Then they don't. Then they won't ask for tips. Also, ambulance workers and firemen, really? Oh my God. Those types of jobs are vocational. You do them because you want to, because you feel a calling to do them, and because you feel like they're needed. Like, of course, in a nation that works, that those jobs are paid for. But that's maybe we're going a bit. I mean, even in this country, we have tipping, but it's mostly because it isn't a good pay work. But yeah, I agree with you. Other bad paid work doesn't have that. To me, it's just restaurant staff and bartenders needing tips. Yeah. Wait a second. I think that Also, yeah, I was about to say me and Lupin are fine, planning our next heist. Still, I'm gonna say Jigen represents me better than the Shredder in almost every way. Ah, okay. Yeah, okay. Have you played Undertale or Deltarune? I have not played. I have not played Undertale. I have not played Undertale, but I know a lot about it. Because pop culture osmosis. Like there was a time where if you were on the internet, there was no way that you were not exposed to Undertale in one way or another. So I ended up, learning a lot about it. Deltarune is a game that I haven't played and that my brother wants to be present for when I play it because he really wants to see my reactions to it. So yeah, like expect a Deltarune playthrough sometime in the future. Definitely like after Sonic Heroes. Okay. Trying to see if I get what this wants me to do. Okay, it was that. In the Middle East, I think I've only seen a tip jar like thrice, and it's with 3 street food places. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Usually in Portugal, you see tip. Usually they have like tip acrylic boxes or cups, and it's not like they're not going to. Nobody is going to like direct you. Oh, please tip me, good sir. No, nobody is gonna do that. See, now it makes sense. Clear the coffins now. What do you consider coffins? Apparently, it's all the sarcophagi and all the mummies. There are no mummies or sarcophagi anymore. There's only coffins. Coffins. I'm building my PlayStation 2 buy list for end of June. Any recommendations? Ooh. Recommendations. For the PlayStation 2. Okay. So the killer apps of the PlayStation 2 are like the Final Fantasy games, mostly, like Final Fantasy X. But that's an RPG. That's like,
Go.
Oh, there was a hole over there. It'd be very, very interesting to see you play Deltarune without having played Undertale, which is one of the reasons why my brother really wants me to play it. Okay, so yeah, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2, not as much. But yeah, Final Fantasy 12 is a game that a lot of people like. I am not as much of a fan of it, but if you like, complex RPGs, complex in terms of like how you control it and how you build characters and whatnot, it's also really good. Tales of Symphonia, wasn't that a GameCube exclusive? Or was it for the PlayStation 2 as well? What else? The Sly trilogy. The Sly trilogy, like that's the Jak and Daxter trilogy, the Ratchet and Clank trilogy, plus the other games like Ratchet Gladiator or Deadlocked, if you're using the American titles. and the Jack X. For the Jack and Daxter side, those are like the ones that I would like 100% go like, okay, no, you don't own a PlayStation 2 if you don't have at least one of these. I played it and loved it. One of my favorite games ever. It did release on PS2. Oh, okay. Okay. What other games? Sonic Riders. Sonic Riders, definitely. I struggle to suggest other Sonic games because like Sonic Heroes on the PlayStation 2 is notoriously jank. Sonic Unleashed was released for the PlayStation 2, but it has a lot of the night stages and it gets kind of boring. I think that the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 versions don't have that, so I think that those would be like the better ways to play it. There's also a lot of people who would suggest the Metal Gear Solid games, like Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3. I don't have 2, but I have 3. I tried playing it. I was really bad. I could barely get past, like, I don't know, 20 minutes. What else? What else? What other games? What other games do I remember? Oh yeah, Sonic Mega Collection Plus. Yes. I got Sonic Riders with the console. It's good, but like a 7 out of 10. I mean, yeah. Oh, so you were like me. You were like me, actually. Like, when I bought my PS2, I bought Sonic Riders. Like, I got Sonic Riders, and my brother got Final Fantasy X too. Like, that's how we divided things. To this day, Sonic Riders is the box where I keep my original memory card for the PlayStation 2 in. Because me and my brother, like, each one of us had our own memory card for the PlayStation 2. We learned some lessons from the GameCube. And I keep mine. I keep mine in my Sonic Riders copy, and my brother keeps his in his Final Fantasy X-2 copy. So yeah, it's kind of like a little reminder. Yeah, these were our first games for this. Kingdom Hearts, yes. Kingdom Hearts. Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog is also fun, but it requires a certain state of mind. It requires you being in a certain mood. Like, how seriously do you want to take this? How seriously do you really want to take this? Like, it's weird. Like Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog is kind of weird. I don't know if I would like recommend it. Like, I like it, but recommending it, I would much faster recommend you play Kingdom Hearts, and I have a lot more mixed feelings towards Kingdom Hearts than I do about Shadow the Hedgehog. So that should tell you something. Yeah. Shadow the Hedgehog has FPS issues on PlayStation 2 and it doesn't run very well. Interesting. I don't remember having a lot of issues with Shadow the Hedgehog on the PlayStation 2. And I played both the PlayStation 2 and the GameCube versions, and I didn't notice much of a difference. And then again, the GameCube version, it was my brother mostly who played it. So, yeah. What other games are like must-haves for a PlayStation 2 collection? The GTAs, I guess. I don't have any of them, but to a lot of people they're like foundational. I have the PS4 The PS4 collection of Kingdom Hearts. Okay. Yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog is kind of repetitive. You really need to, you know, like lock in. Gems collection. Yes, there is. I think that there is a port, a PS2 port of Gems collection. Yeah, that one is worth it. That one is worth it as well. Atari, will you buy the new Steam machine? I don't know. I don't know because I'm kind of short on cash right now. Because I'm kind of short on cash, and honestly, there's other things that I would rather buy first. Yeah, that is that is true. That is true. Like GTA 3 and San Andreas, I would be like, okay, if I could rent these games, you know, just to try them out, maybe I would play them. But it's not the kind of game that I want to buy to keep in my collection, you know? But I am enough of a man to admit that they are very good, and that they are indeed, as we've said, foundational. So yeah, my thing of not really wanting to buy them is more of a me problem. It's not like, you know, like if you are building your PS2 collection and you want, you know, the classics, the games that made the PlayStation 2 what it was, then yeah, those cannot be skipped. Now that I think about it, maybe I should actually get them too, if I put things that way. It's gonna be super expensive. Yeah. No, I'll buy a Dreamcast. I'll buy a Dreamcast. No thanks. No Steam machine. No Steam machine here. I'll buy a Dreamcast. It's cheaper. At least for now. At least for now, it's still cheaper. So yeah. Also a PlayStation 3. Like I also want a PlayStation 3. I do think, yeah, those are the two consoles that are like the highest on my priority list right now of consoles that I don't have yet. The PlayStation 3 and the Dreamcast, not necessarily in that order. The PlayStation 3 would be handy because it also has a Blu-ray player, and that means that my brother could take his PlayStation 4 with him. Because if he takes it right now, we don't have a Blu-ray player in the house. So yeah. I have no problem being a contrarian and saying that some popular games aren't good. I mean, you and me both. You and me both. Oh, what about the Atari Anthology on PS2? I already have the Capcom Arcade Collection on the same list, but Atari and Capcom aren't similar. Ooh, I have no idea. I have never played any Atari collection, which is stupid because my name on stream is Atari. So yeah. But yeah, no, I can't help you with any Atari collections. One of the issues is that I still wanna see if I can one day buy a real bona fide Atari 2600 and then try to stream from it like I do from my Mega Drive. For which I also need more games. Being a streamer is pain. being a streamer that wants to showcase like all sorts of weird things, for stuff that you love is pain. Same, I don't like Souls-likes. Yeah, no, I'll also admit, like, Dark Souls is not really a game that I want to play. I think I gave a good example once. Oh yeah, to give you an idea how much I don't really feel like playing, Souls-likes, except for maybe Bloodborne, because that one is special because it's locked in the PlayStation 4. That makes it special. Yeah, no, GTA 3 is interesting because of how it changed the industry. Like, it's historically important, so it's kind of like the same. It's kind of like being a film buff and never having watched like Jaws or Citizen Kane is a little bit too much. I wouldn't compare GTA to Citizen Kane. Super Mario is more Citizen Kane than GTA is. GTA is more like Jaws. Yeah, I would say. Lies of P is kind of Bloodborne, sort of. Oh, okay. An Atari 2600 capture card in this economy? Yeah. No longer special because PS4 emulators to specifically emulate Bloodborne exists, and it runs pretty well already. No, I want to play Bloodborne on the PlayStation 4. Star Wars is a good comparison. Okay, yeah. People say The Last of Us is Citizen Kane. Ugh. You just said the nasty words, the bad words. Okay, you want an unpopular gaming opinion? I absolutely despise The Last of Us and everything to do with it. Like, legit hate it. And people say, "Oh no, but it's good and stuff," and but it's so good and stuff. How can you hate it? And I'm like, I don't care. I hate it. I hate it. I hate everything to do with it. I hate the thought process that went into making it. I hate everything about The Last of Us. Everything. I hate how it looks. I hate how it feels. I hate how people praise it to the ends of the earth. I hate how proud the developers were of it. I hate the sacrifices that had to be made for us to get The Last of Us, and I hate the general idea that made Naughty Dog even think of a project like Last of Us. Hate it. Oh, by the way, hello, Cooler Soup. Sorry. Sorry you caught me in such a ranty mood. Me personally, Sonic Frontiers is Citizen Kane, but I am not biased whatsoever. I watched my brother complete it as a kid. Other than that, I didn't care. Golf, yay. It's just a normie game. Yeah, no, like, that only makes it worse. That only makes it worse, in my opinion. Yeah, the attitude Atari, get on the contrarian mentality that runs in our family. I think The Last of Us had a bad influence on video games, but I like the dad simulator genre and zombies. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, no, now that you mention it, yeah, Last of Us had a huge influence on video games as a whole, and yeah. But yeah, The Last of Us zombies look like cool mushrooms, though. that completely invalidates everything that I said. I didn't say the biggest reason why I hate The Last of Us, because everything else that I've said are reasons why I hate The Last of Us, but I haven't said the one, the event, the event, the epicenter that is at the epicenter that is at the center. The good English Atari, full marks for that one. Like rhyming a word with itself. What's at the epicenter of my hate towards Last of Us? Let me just finish reading the chat. Last of Us story-wise was pretty good, but I don't like how the gameplay looks. I can't wait for Last of Us Part 1 remastered again. For real. hate how people act like it's the first game ever to ever feature a deep story. Final Fantasy VI was on the SNES, and even that isn't the first, bruh. 100%. But by the way, if you're bringing like Final Fantasy into the equation, well, my favorite is 9, and there is so much going under the surface. But I do think that 9 owes a lot to 6. So yeah, like, but yeah, Final Fantasy 6. Final Fantasy 6 is what I would say is like one of the best Final Fantasy games, but it's not my favorite. Like, my favorites, as it stands right now, my favorites are in no particular order. Well, Final Fantasy 9 is my number one favorite, but the other 3 that I'm gonna say are in no particular order. Final Fantasy 7, 10, and 4. Like those 4 are my favorite Final Fantasies. 9 on top, and then everything else. But yeah, like Final Fantasy 6, really good, deep story, lots of nuance in there. Good gameplay as well, easy to get into. Don't remember if it's hard to master though. I think that it's easier to play than like Final Fantasy V or anything that uses the job system. So yeah. There was no Kane in Citizen Kane. Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Azura's Wrath was a game that gripped me in story and gameplay. It was peak fiction. Dear God, Citizen Kane, Digital Circus. Like, The Walking Dead Telltale released it before by a year. Why couldn't that game be the one everyone praised? For some reason, that makes me confused. I don't like The Walking Dead either. Gotten sick of zombie stuff, except maybe Resident Evil. I mean, if you were anywhere near fiction during like 2009 to 2013, yeah, you were just bombarded by zombie stuff. Like, yeah. I mean, at the time, that was one of the reasons why I didn't like The Last of Us, because I hated anything that had zombies in it. I'm still not exactly a fan. But what is at the epicenter of my hate towards The Last of Us is the fact that Naughty Dog used it as an excuse to not make cartoony games anymore. There was this interview that I saw. I don't remember what the website was. It was the only gaming news website that I went to. And this must have been like in 2014 or 2015 or something. And I remember that someone was talking to one of the heads of Naughty Dog, probably the creator of Last of Us, like Neil whatever. Yeah. But yeah. So someone asked him, okay, yeah, in the past, Naughty Dog was famous for games like Crash Bandicoot and Jak and Daxter, and for pioneering a lot of like animation, like detailed cartoony animation in video game form. Why aren't you doing any more of that? And the guy answered, and I shit you not, the guy answered, oh, we're just more interested in doing more character-driven stuff right now. Like The Last of Us. Are you seriously saying that cartoony games, cartoony stories cannot be character-driven? Are you freaking mental? And that's why I hate The Last of Us. because that is a mindset that I see a lot. That is a mindset that I see a lot. Like, oh, you can't tell deep stories with stylized characters. It just doesn't work. It's the same mentality that I see when I see people saying that, oh, Sonic shouldn't tell serious stories. Sonic shouldn't tell stories that are, deeper than a kiddie pool. Like Shadow shouldn't be all edgy, and she shouldn't have like a dark backstory or anything like that, or the Sonic world doesn't need any of that. Like, it's the exact same mindset. It's the exact same mindset. The mindset that says that unless something is realistic or actually done with people, that it doesn't matter, that it can't tell stories that matter. It's the same mindset behind the remakes of the Disney movies. Oh, the animated movie, oh, that's kids stuff. Kids stuff doesn't get to be like deep or engaging or thought-provoking or anything. No, we have to make this with like actual people so that people think that so people think that it's deep. We're not gonna make it deeper. In fact, we're gonna make it less deep, but people are gonna feel like it's deeper because they actually have a human face staring at them through the screen. So yeah, Druckmann, that's the name. I'm pretty sure that it was an interview with him. So yeah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah. You guys get it. You guys get it. And I'll be honest, that's one of the reasons why I started this channel, and one of the reasons why I got into VTubers was the fact that you had, these cartoony anime people, but they could talk about like whatever. They could talk about whatever. They could talk about real life. They could talk about video games. They could talk about movies. They could talk about like anything they wanted. They could share their passions with people, and all through a digital avatar that looks like an anime character, like a stylized human. That spoke to me. That spoke to me on such a deep level, and I probably wouldn't be here if not for that. So yeah, live action, quote unquote, Lion King. Yup, bro. The Telltale Walking Dead literally came out before Last of Us, and the characters were stylized. And again, that is one of the very pieces of media that has made me cry. Yes, like I don't have such a big problem with The Walking Dead like I do with The Last of Us, because I have never seen such arrogance, such what's the word? Such pretentiousness from anyone at Telltale Games, and from the little that I've seen of the game. Like nobody minds that the game has like a comic book aesthetic. Like it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, Atari should do more TED Talks. You can be both serious and comedic in a game. I remember The Last of Us 2 leaks was so funny. The story got leaked and everyone hated it. The Last of Us failing warms my heart. It warms my cold blue, life force deprived Atlantean heart. Look at Goofy, for example, in a Goofy movie. Yeah, no, exactly. Goofy movie is a great movie to showcase that. But a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, it's animated, it's for kids, as if kids don't deserve good fiction. Come on. Come on, really? Are you really gonna use that as an excuse? Just say that you don't want media that makes you think. Like, it's okay to have media that does not make you think, but please do not put things in boxes where they do not belong. Like, the cartoony characters can't be character driven, really. Thanks, Neil. Okay. Almost every anime proves his words wrong. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Ever wondered why anime is finding a little bit more momentum in the mainstream? I think this is one of the reasons why. It's not the only one. A lot of it is trends. A lot of it is trends and people going like, "Ooh, anime, it's popular now. Oh, I want to be a popular kid, so I'm gonna watch some anime. Oh, what anime do you watch? Oh, I watch One Piece and Naruto. Oh, those are old. Oh, but I also watch Jujutsu Kaisen. Can you name any characters other than Gojo? Nope." Yeah, I'm not even gonna say something like Demon Slayer, because Demon Slayer actually has like mass appeal. It's not like any of the others. Like One Piece would have mass appeal if it wasn't so massive and so hard to get into. I'm pretty sure that, for example, my mom could get into One Piece if it was a bit more streamlined. She got into Demon Slayer. My brother had to subtitle Demon Slayer for airing in Portuguese TV, and she helped them with the subtitles, and she ended up liking it. She ended up liking Demon Slayer. Like a few years ago, we got her a Nesco figure for her birthday. So yeah. Me watching Coco, but I can't cry because they're not real. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Watch Coco, but don't cry. Also, don't cry during Inside Out. Don't cry during the ending of Monsters Inc. Don't cry. Don't cry during I don't know, Grave of the Fireflies. That movie gets a lot of people, even though I don't like it. But like I understand, like I understand. Like I didn't cry, but that was because I was way too anti Isao Takahata build. But yeah, no, you're not allowed to cry during that because it's animated, and everyone knows that animation is just for kids, and kids don't feel things. Kids are just mindless drones made to mold in your own image. So. I realize how specific this is, but I know moms who like the One Piece Netflix show. My mom also liked it. My mom also liked it, right? I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, my mom was there while my brother was watching the One Piece Netflix show, and she liked it as well. It helps that the One Piece show is very similar to the Asterix live action movies. Like you could put them side to side and it wouldn't feel out of place. Like you put one of the goals, like you put Asterix or Obelix in One Piece, and they don't look that out of place. Like this holds especially true for the live action versions of them. But I think that if you also put Asterix and Obelix next to the Straw Hat Pirates, that they wouldn't look too weird. Like maybe they would have to be adapted a little bit, but not too much. So yeah. I want to watch Smiling Friends. Oh, sorry Tulu, I killed it. I killed Smiling Friends. At least that's what my brother says. I think I said it before on stream, like, the very week that I decided to watch the first season of Smiling Friends was also the week where they announced that they were only gonna have one more season, and then it was over. So yeah, my brother says, "You killed Smiling Friends. How could you?" See, lol, yeah. Jojo made me feel things hard, yeah. Also, I watched Nadia's Secret of Blue Water in the last few days. The ending broke me inside. Oh. But at least you watched it. Thank you. It's really it's really good, isn't it? Like, it's super simple, but it's really good. It's weird. Like, because if you compare, like, Nadia to something like, for example, Gurren Lagann, like, which one are you going to recommend to people? Pff, I don't know. Depends on what you want. But at least with Gurren Lagann, I don't have to warn people about episodes that are, you know, kind of weird and widely considered not canon. Whereas with Nadia, you have to do that. But that's just like that's just like a result of the era in which each anime was made. Like, when Gurren Lagann was made, things were a lot more streamlined. It was a lot more clear cut. So yeah, with Nadia, I think that Hideaki Anno had a mental breakdown in the middle of it. So hence the weird episodes, because he was not helming the show at that point. Is the moms that like the One Piece Netflix show saw Zoro shirtless? I don't think that my mom saw Zoro shirtless. She just liked the vibe. She just liked the vibe of it. You know, like, bright and cheery, not taking itself too seriously. That's what she liked about it. You got Lego One Piece from the Netflix show, so that's a plus for me. Oh yeah, Ginga, Silver Fang, yeah. Gurren Lagann. Gotta go back to watching Wolf's Rain. Oh, Wolf's Rain. That's another one that I think makes people cry. I can't confirm. I haven't watched it. I think Gurren Lagann is universal. Yeah, no, like, Gurren Lagann is one of those anime that you can pretty much recommend to everyone. I think that the only reason why it doesn't get more traction nowadays is because it is indeed like a 26 episode series, and it's from 2007. A lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, 2007, that's old. I only watch stuff from 2017 onward, and that's stretching it." Nadia feels very similar to the first Macross, or that was the vibe I got while watching it. It does have some complex thing too. Yeah. It's a show that drags you out of your comfort zone, kicking and screaming. Yeah. Speaking of screaming, I should retry this. I should retry this stage. JoJo is an awesome anime for real, and Baki is Baki. Pingacy! Snooping as usual, I see. From Gurren Lagann, we got Studio Trigger, and from that we got my goat, Little Witch Academia, so it's great in my book. Yes. Yes, Little Witch Academia is great. I still think that the shorts are a little bit better than the actual serialized anime, but that's also because of how shorts work, shorts or pilots work, compared to like a serialized piece of media. Like, because if you only have one shot at showing your stuff, you're just gonna give it all. And that's what I think happened with Little Witch Academia. So, like, they let loose a little bit when they got the show, and there were a few things that maybe were not as tight as they were in the shorts, but it was still very good. Still very good. Oh no! Oh no, Cooler Soup! Yeah, your scrunklies are probably feeling like this retry screen right now. Neglected. Forgotten. Oh yeah, Bobo. Bobo. Yes. Definitely watch that one. I think I caught a few episodes while one of the Digimon seasons was on. I think it was Tamers, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's right. It was this was a game stream. Yeah. And Azumanga Daioh, I don't know if I should like watch the anime or read the manga, honestly. The anime does have some awesome performances. Okay, so I have to clear the coffins.
Go.
Okay, I think I know what I have to do. And here. I guess talking made my brain sharper. Yes. Obviously, everyone should watch Lupin the Third. Yes. There's some good monuments in the show, and they used the characters they couldn't use much in the movies, like yes. Yes, no, like 100%. I'm not saying that the My Hero that Little Witch Academia is a bad show by any means. I'm comparing an 8 to a 9. You know? Like, the show is really good, it's just that the shorts are a teensy bit better. Animal Crossing villagers when you leave for too long. Yeah. Social interaction makes people smarter. Okay, 4 chains. What am I supposed to... I don't know what I'm doing. How the heck am I supposed to get 4 chains with this? Okay, we are going to get at least to stage 25. If I can figure this thing out... Like, because... Okay, so... No! Oops. Yeah, let's see what happens if I do that. 2 chain. And then just 1 chain. Hold the hell on, Lupin the Third mention? Ah, yes. Smokers profile fiction is... words! Smoker's profile picture is Jigen. Oh, is there? Whoa. Huh. Interesting. Like, Ghost in the Shell is one of those, like, you know, cult classics, but, like, my reaction to that is the same as if you told me, oh yeah, by the way, they're making Serial Experiments Lane anime. They're making a new one. And I would be like, what? Like, wasn't that very much, like, of its time? Oh boy, I'm not really getting what I'm supposed to do here. Yeah, it actually looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna take full advantage of the technology that anime has nowadays at its disposal. That was a little bit harder to get. I'm gonna try to do a thing. Need to watch it again. What, Lane? It is one of those shows that I haven't watched, but I am interested in it. If nothing else, because it was, well, made by the head writer or showrunner of like of Digimon Tamers. 2, 3. Okay, at least that was a 3 chain. I like that they're keeping the 90s style. It looks awesome. Oh, yes. 90s anime just hit different, man. Like with the character design and stuff.
Go.
Like that is something that I'm never going to. That is something that I'm never going to be like. Wait a second. I also watched Lane because of Digimon Tamers, and I didn't get it. Yeah, it's a total mind screw. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like I think that understanding Lane is difficult. Again, I haven't watched it, but it is one of the animes that's like on my watch list. It really did. I found a fan-made OP for JoJo Part 4 at the 90s anime. It looked gorgeous. Ha. Yeah. Apologies for the dog talk. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Don't worry, I also didn't get Lane at first. It's so weird, I kind of love it. Oh yeah, Lane is something that requires a rewatch, yeah. Which is good, because most of the shows that I like, I do tend to rewatch. I do have to rewatch Nadia, though. Okay, let's see if this works. So we do this, and we do this, and one gem is going to... Let's just put it like this. Once you watch Lane, a lot of things in Digimon Tamer start making a lot of sense. Speaking of Digimon, now I did remember a thing. Like, yeah, we just said that, like, yeah, 90s anime hits different. Still failure. Okay. Part 1 is easily the darkest. Like, it's to ease people in. Like, pff, do you think anyone's gonna stick around if they don't see, like, the horror? It's like, it's the JoJo's Part 1 is basically Aragaki, I think that's his name. Aragaki saying, if you don't accept me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. And then he actually does the hair flip thing, because that man has not aged one day in 30 years. What is that? I was a child, and that man already looks like the way that he does nowadays. Araki, there you go. There you go. I keep forgetting that my me is dating Astolfo. Okay, Astolfo is one of those characters, like, I know nothing of Fate, but I do have a figure of Astolfo. I do have a figure of Astolfo because the very little that I've seen of him I do like. He is a little bit too girly for me to use him as like a vase for anything, really. He's too femboy. He's way too far on the femboy scale. Like, for example, I could count myself as a femboy, but I like to think that I'm a little bit more towards the middle of the scale. Like, I have like long hair. I sound kind of feminine. But I like to think that I'm, a little bit more neutral. Astolfo is a cute guy, though. No, yes, 100%, yes. It's R-rated Castlevania. I know literally nothing of Fate, but I like him, and now we're in love, apparently. Good. He got the Fountain of Youth, yeah. Does Atari like Digimon over Pokemon? That's very hard to say. Okay, it's like this. If push comes to shove, like, I think that I would pick Pokemon over Digimon. But I also like Digimon a lot. But the thing is, Pokemon and Digimon do two completely different things. They are not at all equivalents. Even if some kids in the early 2000s thought otherwise. Okay, I'm getting kind of lost here. Because what Pokemon does, at least nowadays, like back then you could have more of a case for Pokemon versus Digimon, but even then most people who took either side were kind of ignorant, maybe willfully, of what the other side was doing. Basically, let me put it like this. Digimon, first and foremost, is concerned with telling a story. With a beginning, middle, and an end, with character development, with an actual plot, and it's interested in being a show that tells that story, that gives you that experience. Pokemon, at least while the big discussions were going on, which was when Pokemon was already like in Johto, is not concerned so much with that as it is with exploring the world of Pokemon, exploring Pokemon themselves, exploring the possibilities of this world, exploring, it's more, let me think. Let me think for a bit. To put it in little kids animation. To put it in little kids animation terms, it's basically Digimon is Sophia the First. Pokemon is Oh, what was it? Is Dora the Explorer. I think that's a good way to put it for like a different demographic. Pokemon was more concerned, especially during that time, with exploring the world, and whereas Digimon was more concerned with its characters and its story and its plot. There was a time where Pokemon was concerned with those things as well. And you can see, and if you start watching Pokemon, like the Indigo League nowadays, you definitely get that feeling when you're watching the first few episodes. But somewhere down the line, when they decide, oh, hey, okay, there's two things that happened during Pokemon's run that pretty much changed the course of it. The course of the anime, basically. Like, I don't pretend to know how many episodes the anime was originally gonna get. However, I do know that initially the anime was going to build up towards the movie, which I don't think that it was going to be like a finale of the anime, but it was going to be like an important part of the anime, and not just like a side story. It was going to tackle like quite a few themes and issues that were going to be raised during the Pokemon anime. Now, what happens is that two things occurred during this time. One was the Porygon incident, which sent the show into a hiatus. I don't remember how long it was. I don't remember how long the hiatus was, but I remember that it was enough that they had to like course correct. Second, Pokemon became popular in the US and by proxy the rest of the world. So there was this desire of, okay, we're not going to do exactly the same thing that we were going to do before, but we're going to do things differently. We're still going to keep, some of the feel of it. I mean, Takeshi Shudo wouldn't have it any other way. He only left during Johto. So yeah, at least throughout the Indigo League, there's still that feeling that you're still going towards someplace. You're still like, there's definitely episodes that feel like, filler, but there's always this sort of prevailing darkness over it that I think that a lot of people miss. A lot of people miss either because they were kids or because it just, goes over their head. But if you look at early Pokemon, it is very similar in tone to the first movie. And that's because Takeshi Shudo was a lot more involved. You can feel when he stops being as involved, when the show starts to brighten up with almost no pushback. Because I'm not going to say that Takeshi Shudo did just, dark stuff or just stuff that had a dark undertone. He was pretty good at balancing it out, which is why a lot of people didn't even notice it to begin with. But that was the thing with Pokemon. And then of course it suffered for, running for so long. Whereas with Digimon is a lot more clear-cut with what each season wants. Each season has its own story, its own characters, its own plot, its own narrative, its own themes, which means that Digimon is a lot more laser-focused on what it wants to do. Sometimes it drops the ball, yes. Sometimes it drops the ball, and you get shows like, for example, Ghost Game, which it looked like was going to go in one direction, and then it didn't, and people got frustrated. Then you have Cross Wars Hunters, which did it even worse. But that one at least had the excuse of it being developed during the time that the 2011 Tohoku earthquake hit. So yeah, that affected a lot of shows and not in a good way. Like Pokemon itself was trying to follow more of a plot during this time, and the earthquake just put the kibosh on that, like completely. Like like they were gearing up for to a big confrontation between, I think, Team Rocket and Team Plasma, and that never happened. We completely lost that episode, and in the episode afterwards it was like nothing ever happened. You know, forget all that build up, nothing happened. Other shows also suffered from it. I can say, for example, Sweet Pretty Cure also suffered from it. It was going to be a much darker show from the beginning, like from its initial stages. The ending was going to be completely different, and because the earthquake hit, and they were like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, the people don't want." The people don't want this kind of darkness, especially like in a kids show, because Pretty Cure is very much a kids show. They sometimes tackle like interesting things, but Pretty Cure more than Pokemon, more than Digimon, I would say that it's a lot more geared towards younger kids. You can see this in the merchandise as well. Like a lot of Pretty Cure merchandise is, you know, straight up made for toddlers. So yeah. Wait, I thought people liked Ghost Game. They liked it to an extent. It was not like universal, you know, because there are some people who like Ghost Game for what it is, and there's people who think that Ghost Game was a massive waste of time because they thought it was going one way and then it didn't. So yeah. Yeah. The Pokemon anime never recovered once they got rid of Charizard. Yup. Yup. That is true. That is true. At least they brought him back for the movie. At least they brought him back for the third movie. I can't imagine how many people jumped for joy when that happened. And his current caretaker, current, I don't know. Like, I didn't watch Pokemon Journeys. I didn't watch like the end of Ash's journey, unfortunately. I still wanted to see if I could catch up on that, but at the same time, I'm like, there's other stuff that I want to watch. First. Like, I want to rewatch Nadia. I want to watch Tales of the TMNT. I want to watch the Sailor Moon, like the Cosmos movies. I haven't watched those yet. Actually, my watch list isn't that long. Now that I think about it, it's probably just because I'm trying to think of it off the top of my head, and nothing's coming to nothing's coming to mind. X and Y was popular, yes, because they were trying to do what they attempted to do with Black and White, but there was no earthquake or tsunami or massive death tolls during the run of X and Y. So yeah. Wasn't there another anime starring Red and Charizard instead of Ash? Another anime? No. No, another anime? No. You're probably thinking of one of the manga. One of the manga, like the one that is the most popular, is Pokemon Special or Pokemon Adventures. If you have the Western the Western translated ones. I say Western because I think that the US translated those, and then the rest of the Western world got that. The ones where they flipped the pages, so you can read it from right to left instead of left to right. No, wait. You can read You can read them from left to right instead of right to left, because apparently that was too confusing for kids or whatever. Blech. But yeah, I have to watch Lapta next to be ready when you beat Atlantis. Oh yeah. I can't believe Pokemon cards are an actual invent. Oh, Pokemon Generations or Pokemon Origins. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry, I forgot that those exist. I forgot that those exist. Okay, sorry. My bad. My bad. My bad. I'm an idiot. No, I forgot. I'm sorry. Hello, the Winter Saint. Welcome. Yeah, it was Origins, Generations, or Shorts. Yes, Generations. What was Generations like a build-up for? Was it for the 9th generation? It was either the 8th. No, not the 9th. Not the 9th. It was for either the 8th or it was for either the 8th or the 7th generation of Pokemon, I think. How many years has it been since Ash retired? 4, I think. I think it's been 4. I think it's been 4 because I think that Pokemon Horizons started in 2022. You know, to coincide with the release of Scarlet and Violet. At least, I think that's a feasible. I think that's a feasible theory. I don't actually remember, because I do think that there was some time in between Pokemon Generation. No, not Pokemon Generations. Not the my brain is not working. My brain is not working. Okay, Bulbapedia, help me out here. Oh wait, no, I can just search Pokemon Horizons. Pokemon Horizons. When did Pokemon Horizons start? 2023. So yeah, no, Ash retired in 2023. Because there were still some episodes that aired in 2023 before Pokemon Horizons started. So, there you go. 2023, which means it's been 3 years. Maybe Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they had shorts for each gen. The Sinnoh one was really good about the old Chateau. Oh, okay. Can't believe Ash retired still looking like a 10-year-old. That's called lack of foresight. I hated it so much when Rika Matsumoto said that Ash was still 10. And I'm like, he has to be at least 14 by now. Come on! At least! YouTube just recommended me a 40-hour Family Guy compilation. I mean, it's your prerogative if you want to watch it or not. He had good genes. Yeah. That's what people tell me. That's what people tell me. You have good genes. It can't be Sun and Moon. It can't be. Sun and Moon are still pretty recent games. Sun and Moon came out 10 years ago. Smoker. Yeah. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to accept, but we have to face the facts. 2016 was 10 years ago. Aardman Pokemon? What, are you talking about Pokemon Concierge? Oh man, Are you talking about Pokemon? Yes. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. While the game feels neglected over there. Sun and Moon came out 10 years ago. Yes. There's no way every Pokemon series that takes place in the span of a year or something. How the hell is Ash still 10? Yep. Yep, that's the problem. Also, Hebe and Senbei makes no sense because in the first season, they explicitly said a year passed when they went to face Giovanni. And they said a year passed in the Pikachu and Pichu short. Which is why I say, like, he had to be at least 14. At least. And that's already stretching it. After all of the things that he's done. After all the things that he's done, all the time that he spent, like, traveling, like, that would be the bare minimum. Wait, there is an upcoming new show of Pokemon made by Aardman? What? And so Atari finishes another round of realizing how much out of the loop he is. Time is just a suggestion. Ash the forever 10-year-old. Yeah, like Bart Simpson. Actually, me and my brother have a theory, which is as soon as one of the Simpsons children stops being a millennial is when the show dips in quality. And we had it pretty right on the money, because because I think that the last season that everyone agrees that was good of The Simpsons was season 8. Season 8 started in 1996, I believe, which means that that's one of the last years. That's one of the last years where Maggie would have been a millennial, like, because if she's 1 year by the time that the season starts, that means that she was born, and that means that she was either born. That means that she was born in 1995. As soon as Maggie is born in 1996, that's when the show dips. That's when the show dips in quality. As soon as Maggie is like either a zoomer or close to it, yeah, that's when the show goes down. Don't have a Stegosaurus, man. Riveting gameplay. Oh, I'm so yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Have you heard of Elementality Studios? No, not really. I have something to say. There's this YouTuber who made this original battle themes for each of the Gen 1 gym leaders. Oh, I think I saw that. I think my brother showed me that. Okay. Let's just try this stage like 3 more times? 5 more times. Wait, what? What? Huh? Oh, okay. I can go back. I can go back and do the other. You learn something new every day. We've been on stage 23 for 23 years. There's no way that The Simpsons is this popular that it's still going to this day. That cannot be true. I think that what happens with The Simpsons is that people are afraid of finishing it. someone is terrified that if The Simpsons ends, that if The Simpsons ends, something really bad is gonna happen. To their jobs, probably. Like, nobody wants to be the guy... Much like in Capcom, nobody wanted to be the guy who brought Mega Man back because of the shame. Nobody wants to be the guy who cancels The Simpsons. Nobody wants to make history like that. Okay, maybe this? One, two, three. Ugh! Okay. Alright, the couch gags ended for good, so another sign of it going downhill. Dang it! Oh yeah, yeah, man.
Go.
No, a lot of the actors, I think, like they've been doing this for so long. They've been doing this for so long, like, it's probably... 3... I mean, Mega Man is getting a new game, so The Simpsons ending doesn't sound too far off the realm of possibility. Yeah. Capcom after Inafune left, Mega Man is garbage, actually. Yeah. Yeah, you got a new Mega Man game every decade now. Progress, yes! I think I remember people talking about the couch gags ending. Oh frick. That is not what I wanted to do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa, wait! Still didn't win. Go, retry. There were plans for a Simpsons finale in its early days. Weren't they gonna reveal that Marge is actually a rabbit? Like, that there were ears? There were ears, behind her hair. Behind her hair? No, like, oh. Okay, though, this one is a bust. This one is a complete 100% bust. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the whole bunny ears thing, yeah. Because you know the thing about creative people, they just can't help themselves from referencing their older work. In Matt Groening's case, that was his earlier comic, Life in Hell, which I have read, and I gotta say, it's a little bit, it's a bit too doomery for my liking. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There's gotta be something. There's gotta be something that I am missing. There's gotta... The writers told Groening it was too stupid of an idea. Yeah, to be fair, in the beginning, they weren't really sure what they were gonna do. Like, what was The Simpsons going to actually be? Especially when you think that the first episodes were animated by Klasky Csupo. Which, like... Yeah, they made Rugrats, but Rugrats went off the deep end a lot of times because, a lot of it was, the baby's imaginations and whatnot. And I think that nobody still had a handle on what The Simpsons was going to be, if it was going to be more realistic, if it was going to be more cartoony. Yeah, where on the spectrum it would fall, how seriously it was going to take itself. So, yeah, like, I am not surprised at all that an idea like that kind of floated around and then got dropped. Oh, dang it! Ah, that's not what I wanted to... That is not what I wanted to do. Ah! Yee! Woo! 1, 2, 3, and we're done. Yeah. No, I'm just saying because I think that Rugrats is closer to the beginning of The Simpsons than any of those. I think that those are more like from the... From the... what's it called? But yeah, from the early to mid 90s, but mostly the mid 90s. Like, I think that Ariel Monsters are like from 94, I believe. And it's told by Ginger, which I really did not like. I really did not like as a kid. Oh yeah, Camp Laszlo's ending. Oh man. Oh no. Oh no, Camp Laszlo's ending. Wait, what? I thought I still had one more. Sphinx, you lied to me. No, you just didn't pay attention. Oh. Okay. The channel launched with Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, and Doug. Wow, what a triple threat. Yeah, Camp Laszlo was by the same creators as Rocko's Modern Life. Yeah, no, exactly. And in fact, an interesting thing about Rocko's Modern Life is that for a very long time, it was the only Nickelodeon show that I tolerated. Like, I did not like Ren and Stimpy. I did not like Rugrats. I did not like anything by Klasky Csupo. Let's just say that. Let's just say that 100%. No, I did not like anything by Klasky Csupo. I thought it looked ugly, and I went like, why is this on TV? Who likes this? Yeah, I also didn't like Doug. I just didn't like it. I don't, meh. But then again, I was never much into that sort of show. Like later when Pepper Ann was a thing. I know it's not Nickelodeon, it's Disney, but still. Oh, hey, Leonardo. Okay. Okay, you have a great day too. Back to the world of capitalism. Woo! Didn't Camp Laszlo end with the guy from... No! Yeah. No, Scoutmaster Lumpus turned out to be impersonating the actual Scoutmaster. Like that was the ending of Camp Laszlo. Turns out that yeah, the Scoutmaster that you've been following all this time isn't actually the Scoutmaster. That was the thing. Doug's just sort of existed. I don't think it was anyone's favorite. And yet, Disney was dumb enough to think that making a movie about it and calling it Doug's first movie was a good idea. What were they smoking? Which was Heifer from Rocko, or at least someone who looked like him. I don't remember if he sounded like him. I mean, he was a cow. That was the thing. I don't remember that one. I remember a lot of Camp Laszlo episodes, but I don't remember that particular one. I am so lost. I don't know. I don't know what I am meant to be doing here. Oh, I meant to be losing. I can't win this. It was Tom Kenning doing the voice. Oh, okay, then that does lend itself to that. That is a little bit more credible. Okay, That's fine. Disney is imploding? Disney's been exploding. Wait, so is it imploding or exploding? Two different things. One means inwards, the other means outwards. Man, Disney is so Disney. Yeah. They had to change Heifer's design because Nick owns the character. I mean, yeah.
Go.
And then they made the... what was the... Oh. Wait a second. Wait. Wait a second. Why didn't the... quote-unquote coffins... Why didn't the coffins explode? Disney is magic, so it's imploding while exploding. It's doing the impossible! It's doing the impossible, breaking the unbreakable! Row, fight the power, touch the untouchable!
Go.
Think the unthinkable! Row, fight the power! Someone show Gurren Lagann to Disney executives and see how they react. That would be funny. You know what's not funny? Failure. So officially it's not Heifer, but it's clearly supposed to be Heifer, yeah. Someone made an edit using Heifer's original design, which was the original intention, yeah. I wonder when did they find out that they couldn't use Heifer? Like, how far into production were they? Oh, dang it. 1, 2... One, two... And then, 1. I noticed that the previous stream too, the coffins only can explode next to gems. Ah! I see! I knew that. Of course. Of course I knew that. I'm really so lost. Oh, yep. Say goodbye because we're not getting anywhere. Holy buh. Yeah. Oh man, there's this guy a guy called I think Uncle Al who made like a sound short of Camp Laszlo. It's great. Like, he can mimic the voices so well. Okay. And now we close this. And now we close this. And we do the exact same thing. And oh my Yeah, Uncle Al. Yeah, there you go.
It's not live action, slop. No, this simply won't do. We gotta turn this into a live action movie starring Tom Holland as Simon.
Simon the Pieman. Yeah, Uncle Al. Scoutmaster Lumpus. Huh. I wonder where's Scoutmaster Lumpus.
Dead.
Don't say that, Clam. Raj, have you seen Scoutmaster Lumpus? I do not know where is Scoutmaster Lumpus. Huh. Well, I've always wanted to go into telemarketing. That whole short is amazing. Wait, isn't he also the one who made the whole thing? Sure is peaceful out here. now that SpongeBob is gone, I gotta get SpongeBob back. Patrick! I know. We gotta get SpongeBob. We gotta get SpongeBob back. We've gotta go. It's Lumpus. Also, brother, may I have some loops? It can fit many loop, brother. Doesn't have the same punch. Oh man, that video is great. Both of those videos. Both of those videos. One is from Uncle Al. The other is from Burial Goods. Okay. YouTube is the Wild West of the internet. Oh yeah, and at least now, I know that people say that the copyright detection is like bad, but there was a time where they could copyright strike you based on your thumbnail. Based on your thumbnail. And they were relentless. Relentless. Colgate Palmolive, you know, the company that makes, you know, the hygiene products, was especially bad with that. Brother, may I have some oats? No. Brother, but I am starving, brother. He did make the one where Squidward had an addiction to Chef Boyardee for oats. Oh my god. And of course, okay, this one isn't from the same guy, but since we're talking about those kinds of videos, okay, let me remind you of two others. One that goes, Scar, brother, help me. Long live the king. Scar, brother, help me. Oh yes, oh yeah, or even the tags. Yeah, it depends. Like if you put tags that had copyright that were copyrighted, yeah, they would find you and they would get you and they would destroy your video. And your channel as well. You would have to make multiple channels. Yeah. And another one. I do think that this one is by Uncle Al, which is the one that goes, Jomberthan, I require lasagna for my breakfast meal today. Jomberthan refuses to give me breakfast. I will call the government. Why is he called that? Why not Spingebill? Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time and then I'm gonna go. I still have to put my dinner in the oven. Big Al had several channels deleted. Oh yeah. It was also a problem with like YouTube poop. Like the rivalry between like Walrus Guy and, like I said, the Colgate Palmolive company was like legendary. Okay, this is it. Okay, no, I can't think. They hated it. Yeah. But he kept coming back. He just kept coming back. I don't even know how there's some YouTube poops still up. Oh, by the way, if you do go look for Walrus Guy's YouTube poops, do keep in mind a lot of what he does in them crosses the line. I'm not even gonna say twice, like 4 to 5 times. Like, it's taking Refusion Audacity to the nth degree. Okay, there's so much in them that's like super offensive, and that would like never fly nowadays. Even back then it was already kind of pretty bad, but nowadays people would be really angry, really angry. YouTube poops were treated as contraband like that. Oh yeah. There's also the Cranky Kong is cranky, Chunky Kong is chunky. Did you tell Dixie? I don't know that one. I don't know that one, sorry. Okay, so no, we are not going to retry. I am sorry, Patrako. Yeah, humor was just like that back then. Yeah. Save that I got to stage 23. We got to stage 23, and whose fault is this? Whose fault is that? The Last of Us. The Last of Us is the reason why I wasn't able to clear more than 2 levels. Or 3 levels. Level 20, level 21, and level 22. Yes, I cleared 3 levels. But I wasn't able to clear more, and it's all The Last of Us fault. Screw you, Neil Druckmann. You ruined my gameplay of Cleopatra Fortune, the 1996 arcade game, then ported to the PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and probably Sega Dreamcast. I think that we still haven't confirmed that. Like in 2001. Some YouTube poops are genuinely insane. Oh yeah, but that's why I love them. Michael Afton wants Scanty and SpongeBob to be friends. What should I make him talk about? I don't know who Scanty is. But I do know that Michael Afton has something to do with FNAF. So I don't know. Have them talk about old restaurant animatronics. Or fake mustaches. Yeah. Whichever one you think is best. Oh. The Adventures of Skooks. You just had to remember. You just had to remind me of The Adventures of Skooks. Oh, Scanty from Panty and Stocking. Yeah, no, don't know her or him. I don't know. I don't even know what gender they are. Man, am I glad that he's in there and we're out here, and that we're in here and he's the sheriff, and I just remembered we're out here. Also, yeah, Smoker. Really. That makes no sense. Okay, I am going to send you guys to somewhere while I go put my frozen pizza in the oven. Okay, let's see who is online. Who is online right now? Okay, I'm gonna send you to Amia. I'm gonna send you to Amia. She's playing I think that she's playing the original Fallout for PC, so it should be interesting. Okay. Well, what I want to know is where's the caveman? Let's go to the malt shop. Skooks, untie me, quick! Let's go! Frozen Atlantean pizza! Heck yeah! It has anchovies. Probably a lot of people wouldn't like it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna send a I'm gonna send you to her, and yeah, I'm gonna put my pizza in the oven. Okay. Whether you're watching this live or the VOD or are a lurker or are a member who just happened to not be able to show up, know that your presence is. Let me swoosh right in, right? Ah! You I like that one. That one is what I think they call nowadays a vocal stem of mine. Like sometimes I just go like, "Let me swoosh right in." Okay. You see? You see what you made me do? Okay, I really gotta go. And sorry if the stream was a little bit too ranty. I don't know. Maybe some of these rants would be good to turn into like shorts or something. I don't know. I'll think about it. Okay, Ekabe, bye.